Baruch haba, and welcome back to another Torah portion reading. This reading we're going to start Deuteronomy, also known as Devarim, which means words. So we'll begin Deuteronomy 1, verse 1. These are the words which Moshe spoke to all Israel on this side of the Jordan in the wilderness, in the plain, opposite Suf, between Paran, Tophel, Lavan, Hatzerot, and Diz-Haba. It is 11 days' journey from Horeb by way of Mount Seir to Kadesh Barnea. Now it came to pass in the 40th year, in the 11th month, on the first of the month, that Moshe spoke to the children of Israel according to all that YHVH had given him as commandments to them, after he had killed Sihon, king of the Amorites, who dwelt in Heshbon, and Og, king of Bashan, who dwelt at Ashtaroth and Edrei. On this side of the Jordan, in the land of Moab, Moshe began to explain this Torah, saying, YHVH Eloheinu spoke to us in Horeb, saying, You have dwelt long enough at this mountain. Turn and take your journey, and go to the mountains of the Amori, to all the neighboring places in the plain, in the mountains, and in the lowland, in the Negev, and on the seacoast, to the land of the Canaanites, and to Lebanon as far as the great river, the river Euphrates. See, I have set the land before you. Go in and possess the land which YHVH swore to your fathers, to Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, to give to them and their descendants after them. And I spoke to you at that time, saying, I alone am not able to bear you. YHVH Elohim has multiplied you, and here you are today as the stars of heaven in multitude. May YHVH Elohai of your fathers make you 1,000 times more numerous than you are, and bless you as he has promised you. How can I alone bear your problems and your burdens and your complaints? Choose wise, understanding, and knowledgeable men from among your tribes, and I will make them heads over you. And you answered me and said, The thing which you have told us to do is good. So I took the heads of your tribes, wise and knowledgeable men, and made them heads over you, leaders of thousands, leaders of hundreds, leaders of 50s, leaders of 10s, and officers for your tribes. Then I commanded your judges at that time, saying, Hear between your brethren, and judge righteously between a man and his brother, or the stranger who is with him. You shall not show partiality in judgment. You shall hear the small as well as the great. You shall not be afraid in any man's presence, for the judgment is La Elohim. The case that is too hard for you, bring to me, and I will hear it. And I commanded you at that time, Aleph and Tav, all the words which you should do. So we departed from Horeb, and went through Aleph and Tav, all that great and terrible wilderness which you saw on the way, to your mountains of the Amorites, as YHVH Eloheinu had commanded us. Then we came to Kadesh Barnea, and I said to you, You have come to the mountains of the Amori, which YHVH Eloheinu is giving us. Look, YHVH Elohecha has set the land before you. Go up and possess it, as YHVH Elohai of your fathers has spoken to you. Do not fear or be discouraged. And every one of you came near to me and said, Let us send men before us, and let them search out the land for us, and bring back word to us of the way by which we should go up, Aleph and Tav, and of the cities into which we shall come. The plan pleased me well, so I took 12 of your men, one man from each tribe, and they departed and went up into the mountains, and came to the valley of Eshcol, and spied it out. They also took of the fruit of the land in their hands, and brought it down to us. And they brought back word to us, saying, It is a good land which YHVH Eloheinu has given us. Nevertheless, you would not go up, but rebelled against the command of YHVH Elohim. And you complained in your tents, and said, Because YHVH hates us, he has brought us out of the land of Mitzrayim to deliver us into the hand of the Amorite, to destroy us. Where can we go up? Our brethren have discouraged our hearts, saying, The people are greater and taller than we. The cities are great and fortified up to heaven. Moreover, we have seen the sons of the Anakim there. Then I said to you, Do not be terrified or afraid of them. YHVH Elohim, who goes before you, he will fight for you according to all he did for you in Mitzrayim before your eyes, and in the wilderness where you saw how YHVH Elohecha carried you, as a man carries his son, in all the way that you went until you came to this place. Yet for all that you did not believe YHVH Elohim, who went in the way before you, to search out a place for you to pitch your tents, to show you the way you should go, in the fire by night and in the cloud by day. And YHVH heard the sound of your words, and was angry, and took an oath, saying, Surely not one of these men of this evil generation shall see Aleph and Tav, that good land of which I swore to give to your fathers, except Caleb, the son of Jephunneh. He shall see it, and to him and his children I am giving the land on which he walked, because he wholly followed YHVH. YHVH was also angry with me for your sakes, saying, Even you shall not go in there. Yehoshua the son of Nun, who stands before you, he shall go in there. Encourage him, for he shall cause Israel to inherit it. Moreover, your little ones, and your children, who you say will be victims, who today have no knowledge of good and evil, they shall go in there. To them I will give it, and they shall possess it. But as for you, turn and take your journey into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea, or Yam Suf. Then you answered and said to me, We have sinned against YHVH. We will go up and fight, just as YHVH Eloheinu commanded us. And when every one of you had girded on his weapons of war, you were ready to go up into the mountain. And YHVH said to me, Tell them, Do not go up nor fight, for I am not among you, lest you be defeated before your enemies. So I spoke to you, yet you would not listen, but rebelled against the command of YHVH, and presumptuously went up into the mountain. And the Amorite who dwelt in that mountain came out against you, and chased you as beasts do, and drove you back from Seir to Hormah. Then you returned, and wept before YHVH, but YHVH would not listen to your voice, nor give ear to you. So you remained in Kadesh many days, according to the days that you spent. Chapter 2. Then we turned and journeyed into the wilderness of the way of the Yam Suf, or Red Sea, as YHVH spoke to me, and we skirted Mount Seir for many days. And YHVH spoke to me, saying, You have skirted this mountain long enough. Turn northward, and command the people, saying, You are to pass through the territory of your brethren, the descendants of Esau, who live in Seir, and they will be afraid of you. Therefore, watch yourselves carefully. Do not meddle with them, for I will not give you any of their land. No, not so much as one footstep, because I have given Mount Seir to Esau as a possession. You shall buy food from them with money that you may eat, and you shall also buy water from them with money that you may drink. For YHVH Elohecha has blessed you in all the work of your hand. He knows your trudging through this great wilderness. These 40 years, YHVH Elohecha has been with you. You have lacked nothing. And when we passed beyond our brethren, the descendants of Esau, who dwell in Seir, away from the road of the plain, away from Eilat and Etzion Geber, we turned and passed the way of the wilderness of Moab. Then YHVH said to me, Do not harass Moab, nor contend with them in battle, for I will not give you any of their land as a possession, because I have given Ar to the descendants of Lot as a possession. The Emim had dwelt there in times past, a people as great and numerous and tall as the Anakim. They were also regarded as giants like the Anakim, but the Moabites called them Emim. The Horites formerly dwelt in Seir, but the descendants of Esau dispossessed them and destroyed them from before them, and dwelt in their place, just as Israel did to the land of their possession, which YHVH gave them. Now rise and cross over the valley of the Zered. So we crossed over the valley of the Zered, and the time we took to come from Kadesh Barnea until we crossed over the valley of Zered was 38 years, until all the generation of the men of war was consumed from the midst of the camp, just as YHVH had sworn to them. For indeed, the hand of YHVH was against them, to destroy them from the midst of the camp until they were consumed. So it was, when all the men of war had finally perished from among the people, that YHVH spoke to me, saying, This day you are to cross over at Ar, the boundary of Moab, and when you come near the people of Ammon, do not harass them or meddle with them, for I will not give you any of the land of the people of Ammon as a possession, because I have given it to the descendants of Lot as a possession. That was also regarded as a land of giants, or Rephaim. Giants formerly dwelt there, but the Ammonites call them Zamzumim, a people as great and numerous and tall as the Anakim. But YHVH destroyed them before them, and they dispossessed them and dwelt in their place, just as he had done for the descendants of Esau, who dwelt in Seir, when he destroyed the Horites from before them. They dispossessed them and dwelt in their place, even to this day. And the Avim, who dwelt in villages as far as Gaza, the Caphtorim, who came from Caphtor, destroyed them and dwelt in their place. Rise, take your journey, and cross over the river Arnon. Look, I have given into your hand Sihon the Amorite, king of Heshbon, and his land. Begin to possess it, and engage him in battle. This day I will begin to put the dread and fear of you upon the nations under the whole heaven, who shall hear the report of you, and shall tremble and be in anguish because of you. And I sent messengers from the wilderness of Kedemoth to Sihon, king of Heshbon, with words of peace, saying, Let me pass through your land. I will keep strictly to the road, and I will turn neither to the right nor to the left. You shall sell me food for money, that I may eat, and give me water for money, that I may drink. Only let me pass through on foot, just as the descendants of Esau, who dwell in Seir, and the Moabites, who dwell in Ar, did for me, until I cross the Jordan to the land which YHVH Eloheinu is given us. But Sihon, king of Heshbon, would not let us pass through, for YHVH Elohecha hardened his spirit and made his heart obstinate, that he might deliver him into your hand, as it is this day. And YHVH said to me, See, I have begun to give Sihon and his land over to you. Begin to possess it, that you may inherit his land. Then Sihon and all his people came out against us to fight at Yatzah. And YHVH Eloheinu delivered him over to us, so we defeated him, his sons, and all his people, We took all his cities at that time, and we utterly destroyed the men, women, and little ones of every city until every city. We left none remaining. We took only the livestock as plunder for ourselves, and the spoil of the cities which we took. From Aroer, which is on the bank of the river Arnon, and from the city that is in the ravine, as far as Gilead, there was not one city too strong for us. YHVH Eloheinu delivered all to us. Only you did not go near the land of the people of Ammon. Anywhere along the river Yabok, or to the cities of the mountains, or wherever YHVH Eloheinu had forbidden us. Then we turned and went up the road to Bashan, and Og, king of Bashan, came out against us, he and all his people, to battle at Edrei. And YHVH said to me, "Do not fear him, for I have delivered him and all his people and his land into your hand. You shall do to him as you did to Sihon, king of the Amorites, who dwell at Heshbon." So YHVH Eloheinu also delivered into our hands Og, king of Bashan, with all his people, and we attacked him until he had no survivors remaining. And we took all his cities at that time. There was not a city which we did not take from them, 60 cities, all the region of Argob, the kingdom of Og and Bashan. All these cities were fortified with high walls, gates, and bars, besides a great many rural towns, and we utterly destroyed them, as we did to Sihon, king of Heshbon, utterly destroying the men, women, and children of every city. But all the livestock and the spoil of the cities we took as booty for ourselves. And at that time we took the land from the hand of the 2 kings of the Amorites, who were on this side of the Jordan, from the river Arnon to Mount Hermon. The Sidonians call Hermon Syrian, and the Amorites call it Senir. All the cities of the plain, all Gilead, and all Bashan, as far as Salcah and Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og and Bashan. For only Og, king of Bashan, remained of the remnant of the giants. Indeed, his bedstead was an iron bedstead. Is it not in Rabbah of the people of Ammon? 9 cubits is its length, and 4 cubits its width, according to the standard cubit. And this land, which we possessed at that time, from Aroer, which is by the river Arnon, and half the mountains of Gilead and its cities, I gave to the Reubenites and to the Gadites. The rest of Gilead and all Bashan, the king of Og, I gave to half the tribe of Manasseh. All the region of Argob, with all Bashan, was called the land of the giants. Yair, the son of Manasseh, took all the region of Argob, as far as the border of the Geshurite and the Maacathite, and called Bashan after his own name, Havot Yair, to this day. Also I gave Gilead to Machir, and to the Reubenites, and the Gadites I gave from Gilead as far as the river Arnon, the middle of the river as the border, as far as the river Yabok, the border of the people of Ammon. The plain also, with the Jordan as the border, from Kinneret as far as the east side of the Sea of the Arabah, the Salt Sea, also known as the Dead Sea, below the slopes of Pisgah. From Kinneret, this Kinneret here is the Sea of Galilee, and then the Dead Sea. Then I commanded you at that time, saying, YHVH Elohim has given you this land to possess. All you men of valor shall cross over armed before your brethren, the children of Israel, but your wives, your little ones, and your livestock, I know that you have much livestock, shall stay in your cities where I have given you, until YHVH has given rest to your brethren as to you. And they also possess the land which YHVH Elohim is giving them beyond the Jordan. then each of you may return to his possession, which I have given you. And I commanded Yehoshua at that time, saying, Your eyes have seen the Aleph and Tav, all that YHVH Elohim has done to these two kings. So will YHVH do to all the kingdoms through which you pass. You must not fear them, for YHVH Elohim himself fights for you. So Yehoshua, which is another way of saying Yeshua, had seen the Aleph and Tav. Actually, he's speaking to all of Israel. The Chem at the end of Elohim is your plural, not your singular. Elohim. Elohim, your plural. Thank you for joining us, and the Haftorah portion is Isaiah 1 through 127 for this week. And have a blessed week. Shavua Tov.